How you doing? This is Bob from Akana Odyssey, and today I'm going to give you a reading for Gemini. So, we're going to get right to the reading today. Now, remember when we do these readings, this is not for every Gemini, there's just too many of you. The ones that it is for, it will resonate with you, and you'll know. Now, maybe some of it, half of it will resonate with you or whatever, but you'll know it's for you, whether or not it is for you or not for you, I should say. Okay, let's just get right to the reading. Gemini, I see a few things for you. I see that you need to be careful, one thing, of being led astray. Be careful. Examine everything. Don't go with temptations that are put before you, whether those temptations are to fight, to argue, or whatever it is. When it says that you're being led astray, I'm going to show you the card also. See this card? It shows that. However, there's many ways to be led astray. Of course, there is led astray by people lying to you and trying to trick you, stuff like this. But also, people can take you off of that peace that you deserve so much, that relaxation and that understanding. So you can be led astray from, grabbing that kundalini, we call it, that zest for life. That is what I'm talking about. I also see that there might be some kind of travel for some of you Gemini, and also I do see that some of you Geminis have been doing some astro travel for some reason or another, which is magnificent, by the way. But I do see that for you. I do see that you have to trust in your angels and your guides and whatever God you believe in. I'm very big on that. You need to do that. You do need trust. Some of you Geminis have a thing with trust where you don't trust. Maybe you've been hurt or whatever it might be, but you have to trust a little bit. You have to allow people in somewhat, or situations you need to trust, but you have to allow them in. This way, you're able to, experience love, and experience the good things that might come from trust. See, as long as you allow the past to steer the future, you're never going to truly find love. You're never going to truly find peace because you're always looking for the other shoe to drop. Stop. Now, I do have another card here for trust for you. See, this card telling you need to trust, and I do know that right now, some Geminis, things seem to be a little bit crazy, and you're trying your best to blend blend a situation together so you could find a good way to go or a good way to proceed, maybe to achieve peace. You have to sort of be like the eagle. The eagle flies high in the sky, and he's looking around down below, and he's looking for food normally. Now, say he spots a rabbit or whatever he decides that is his dinner for the day. He doesn't strike immediately. What he does is look around, observe the situation, and make sure he's not lunch when he gets down there. Then he strikes, and you need to do the same thing, just like the eagle. See that? You need to be able to sort of use critical timing and thinking in the things you want to do. Don't rush into things. Don't rush into decisions. Don't be quick to strike back immediately because somebody has crossed you. Give it a little time. Think about it. There are some times when someone will say something to you and you might get upset because they're saying it like, they're not agreeing or whatever it might be. But you know what? If you give it a day or two to absorb, you might find out that maybe that was not bad information. The problem is we're very reactive. So what happens as soon as somebody says something that runs against our grain, we're immediately ready to strike. This is what we have to stop doing. And this is what a lot of Geminis must stop doing. Now, I know Geminis normally are the life of the party. You like to take Geminis with you if you're going to a party. They're fun, loving, and they can be the life of the party. One thing people say about Geminis, though, is you can never tell them a secret. For whatever reason, they can't keep secrets. And not all Geminis, but this is what they say. Okay, so I do see you trying to, again, blend things together so you can get a happy road to take in situation to move along. You see here. See? I love this card. This is the Temperance card, if you can see it. Temperance card, if you couldn't see it, shows an angel one foot in the water, one foot on the ground, and they're blending, a liquid together because they'll find the right chemistry. What is it going to be good for me? What's going to cure me? What's going to help me to understand and to see? So they're blending it together, and this is what the purpose of blending that together, so they can be able to move on, like in between the yin and the yang, and in between, so that they're able to survive and happily. So remember, do not strike back immediately. Think about it. Think carefully. Find that peace that's escaping some of you Geminis right now. Remember, aggravation, stuff of this sort is a normal thing in our life, in all of our lives. It's just the way it is, especially in today's society. But we have to be strong. We have to understand, and we have to try to stay spiritual. If you stay spiritual, you will be fine. You'll be isolated from a lot of that. I'm not saying from all, because we are all vulnerable to be, aggravated. Let me take this out of my hand. We're all vulnerable to these things, but we have to be strong enough to be able to understand and push past them. Now, for those Geminis that have a situation with love, what the card I get is heart-to-heart conversation. Conversation. See here? In other words, what you want to do is to be able to like this card. It does go with this card here, with the Temperance card. Is that if you're trying to fix a situation, or if you're having a difficult time in love, or even it doesn't necessarily have to be love between you and your mate. Maybe it's love between you and your job, whatever, or your child. You have to be able to have a very calm and true understanding. This way you can really get to the bottom of it without the compromising thing where I'm going to compromise just because I don't want to be aggravated. That is not something that you need to do, because if you do that, you'll stay aggravated. Don't give in just because, and I hear this all the time, oh, you know what, it's just not worth it. I'm going to just go along with it. No, because you will never truly go along with it, not with your heart. Sometimes you try your best to make things work, but look at the situation good. And if it's in love, what I want to tell you is many people come to me with situations, love situations. I do love readings as well. And they just think things are always going to get better. It's okay to give it a little bit of time for something to get better, but after a while, you have to understand if it doesn't improve, it is not going to improve. This is when you have to make a decision. How long do you want to be unhappy? Whether it is a situation with a mate or even your job, how long do you want to be unhappy before you decide that you need to go in a different direction? How long? This is the most important thing for you to understand. So another card that I do pull for you here is to seek clarification. This card is. Now, the reason it's saying that, seek clarification so that you understand truly the direction that you really, really want to go in. Do not become a victim to any situation. Well, if it's abuseful in one way or another, it doesn't have to be smacked in the head to be abuseful. It could be words or whatever, or it could be a boss that's taking advantage of you, whatever it might be. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go quit your job, but what you need to do is find a situation. If you cannot improve that situation, then you need to move on, but slowly. Life is too short to be a victim, way too short. We're here to, again, I say this all the time, I say it to you, we're here as souls to improve ourselves in the evolution of the soul. That's what it's about. And yes, we do have to go through the human crap and all the problems and trials and tribulations of humans, but that's part of learning. But at the same time, we need the ride to be as easy as it can be. And we have to make sure it's not our fault that the ride is rough because we're accepting something over and over and over and over. You got to not do that. You have to learn. If you accept something over and over and over, I hate cliches, but what does that mean? If you do the same thing continuously and never learn from it, it's the definition of what? Insanity. So think about that. Think about taking care of your life, getting your life on the right track, getting you on the way to happiness, getting love that you deserve, that you truly deserve. But you have to make sure that you're a good person, that you truly do deserve that love, and then go for it. If you are a person that you feel does not deserve love, do some meditation, understand who you are, learn. If you made a couple mistakes, it's okay. Stop living in the past. It's all right. Become a person that's worthy of love. Do meditation with lapis, for instance, on your neck. Lapis on your neck helps you to understand. Not only does it help you to communicate through your mouth going out, but it helps you to understand as well. Do something like that. Come and see me, and I will do a chakra alignment for you. I will do a regression therapy for you, stuff of this sort. Okay, so that is your reading. I'm going to say quickly because I don't want this to be very long. If you want to have a reading with me private, which I always recommend very strongly, because that is the way we can really understand each other, you can contact me at 321-274-7442. Now, if you have an iPhone, we can do FaceTime. If not, we can do FaceTime on Facebook. You just have to become a friend, and then we can message each other, and we can see each other and speak. Okay, and we do many, many things, and we can help you in many, many ways, but not if you don't contact us. Okay, so blessed be. Remember, 321-274-7442, and I'd be more than happy to help you. And I can help you. I've helped many, many people. So, I am an ordained minister also. If you want to get married, you can contact me with that too. Okay, blessed be. Namaste. If I